guys, I have a coloring video for you today. We are going to color this cute angel singing carols by Make It Crafty. And we are going to start with the skin as usual, and as she's an angel she should be a little bit rosy, so I'm going to use my rosy colors for this, and those are E000, E00, E11 and E13. I'm starting off with the E000 and I'm just laying down a layer of color on all over her face. This is to make the paper a little bit wet and making the blending a little bit easier. And then I'm going in with my darkest color, the E13, where the shadows would lay. And as the sun is coming from here, I imagine, I'm getting some shadows underneath her bangs. I also get some shadows underneath her bangs here, on the right side of her face, on her chin and underneath her chin. And also a bit underneath her head. Also gonna add some shadows underneath her eyelids, a little bit in the corner of her eyes, on her nose, for the bridge of her nose, and underneath. Also underneath her mouth and on this side of her mouth. Like that. Then we're going in with the E11 and we're gonna blend these shadows out. I'm just going down a little bit longer on the left side and a little bit higher on the right side when I do this. And a little bit longer into her face. And then I'm going to blend that out with the E00. The paper I'm using today is the Make It Crafty blending paper. And I actually love this a little bit better than the Nina that I usually use, because it doesn't take as much color, so it's quicker to color and quicker to blend, because you don't have to put on just as much color as you do with the Nina. Before we going in with the E000 to do this blending, I'm also going to use the R30 to make her cheeks a bit rosy. So sort of on the apples of her cheeks. And then I'm going to blend that rosy out quite much with the E000, and also gonna blend the E00 out. Then I'm going to do the rest of her skin, which is her hands and her feet. And as she's quite chubby, she doesn't have that much muscular definition, but she still have some shading here and there, so we're gonna shade all parts that are gonna be shaded. And on her feet. Then we take the 11 again and we just extend those shadows a little bit. And adding some shadows from her skirt also. Then the E00, and just again enlarge those shadows, blending them out into the lighter parts of the skin. And we're finishing this off with the E00 just to blend that E000 to blend the E00 out. We're also going to use the R12 to color her tongue, to make that a little bit more pinker than her cheeks. Then we're going to make her hair, and it's going to be very light hair, and we're going to do it with the E50 series, so it's E50, E51 and E53. To begin with, I'm actually going to make some highlights. The E50 is very light, so I can do that. And I'm gonna give it highlights little here and there, because her hair is so much a bit, I don't know what you call it really, it's just wavy. Her hair is wavy, and due to that I'm gonna put a little bit of highlights everywhere. And I'm gonna work with quite a bunch of light colors, so that will work fine. Then we're gonna go in with the darkest I'm using this time, and this is E53. So it's very light hair, very light touch. And if you happen to hear something out from the outside, we actually have a storm going out outside, so it's for me very loud, but maybe the camera won't pick it up. Then I'm going in with the E51 to just blend those E53 out. So if you wanted a little more depth to the hair, you could go in with like the E55 or one of those colors to get it even more darker, but I really want her hair to be very, very light. Now I'm going to go in and just blend them all together in the highlights, just to get that last blend, sort of. And then I'm going to make strands, and I'm starting with the E51 and just making a couple of strands. It doesn't show up that much when it's such a little color variation. It gives a little bit of texture to your hair, just a little bit. And then I'm going in with the darkest to do some of those strands again. And there, her hair is done. I'm going in with the N0 and N1 to do some shading on her dress. Just a little bit of shading to make this dress not look so white, look more white than it is, and to give it some more dimension. Then I'm going in with the N1 to just do the darkest of those shades. I'm gonna blend them out with the N0 to finish this off. That's her dress. And then I'm going in with YR000, which is called Silk, on her wings to just give it some very light definition on her wings, just to kind of make them a little bit more alive. Like that, because the reason why I'm not coloring them very much is because I am going to use some stickles, some stardust stickles on her wings. So I'm just gonna put some, actually gonna put quite a lot, and I'm using the tip of the stickles to just form the wings. And that was that angel. I hope you liked my video. I see you tomorrow. Bye.